Hey, good morning, you 111,000 beautiful souls out there. It's another day here in beautiful Laughlin, Bullhead City, and it's time to take our vitamins. Let's see here. We're going to grab a couple of these and one of these and put a little foo-foo juice on. Woo! Looking good, smelling good. Got the bed made. Got a couple of things laying out there. What time is it? Well, I got it set on Arizona time, and it says 4:25. No, it says 5:25, because that's what it is over there, about a half a mile from here. In fact, my phone and Dan and Joe and Johnny Vegas, Timmy Appleseed, all of them, their phones, when you're in the casino, will give you the Arizona time, whatever they call that, Mountain Central. I don't know what it is, but it's so close. And we're so far away from the actual Pacific time, like over in California on the coast or middle of the state. So I don't go by Pacific time. I'm on 2 hours difference from home base in Sarasota. Now, I got kind of wired last night on some coffee. Timmy Appleseed and I stayed up kind of late at the McDonald's talking and catching up because he's a good friend of mine and we haven't seen each other in a while. And I needed something for sleep. So I have some prescription sleep aid that I take rarely, but because I don't have any problem going to sleep. So I took one last night. They're only 5 milligrams. And I'm a little, I don't know. I need coffee. I don't have any here. Ooh, there is. But I'm going to leave out the door any second and head over to McDonald's and get myself a cup. And we're playing golf early this morning. And I told them I'd be up early if they want to have coffee or something. I might even go over to the Aquarius and sit there and enjoy a cup. But I hope you ride along with us today and meet the guys as we get a little more acquainted. And meet Dan and Joe. Joe wasn't feeling well yesterday. I won't go into all of his particulars, but he could use some prayer. And, you know, they're in Vegas, and they're over here now, and he is, he's the one driving. So, of course, he's got the other two there that can drive, or Dan anyway, and get him back, you know, but he might be resting and laying out today. I don't know, but I just heard last night he wasn't feeling well. So we certainly wish and pray that that Joe feels better today and soon. So enough of that. I'm feeling really good. I went off my carnivore for a meal yesterday with the guys, and then we're supposed to go to Orioles, and I'm really kind of double thinking that because, I mean, man, it takes so long to lose a pound and about 2 seconds to gain one. So, I don't know. But it's kind of hard to turn down that carnitas. I keep thinking about it. And both Dan and Joe said they love Mexican food too. And it's really nice to, I just want to keep saying their names because yesterday they showed genuine interest in being like a friend. You know, they asked a lot of questions. They were sharing a lot of the stuff, where they from, his new truck he got, and Dan with the RV, how happy he is with his, and how he's going to be going away for a month soon on a vacation with it. And I was showing him mine. We had a lot in common. And that's what YouTube is really, I'm so grateful for, is I've met so many nice people that are like-minded. They either like golf or collecting Social Security at 62, living free, Christian people, and things like that. And so it's just been a real honor to add these two extra beautiful souls to the community. And if you're new to this channel, I've been seeing some new usernames out there, a lot of bots out there. Just ignore those folks. Well, of course, we know there's not a thread of truth to anything at all, not one word that they try to slander and put out there. Believe me, folks, if anybody, including you or them, was wanted by the law or done something illegal, there's nobody easier to come find than someone that's on social media. And you don't even have to be that. All you got to do is carry one of these things around that I'm looking at right now in your pocket, or get in your car even, and they know exactly where you are and when they want to come and take you. So if you hear or read silly, crazy, slanderous, salacious, stupid stuff, just ignore it. If you want to know the truth about Sarasota Tim, then you're getting it right now. Because if I had anything whatsoever to hide, I certainly wouldn't be out living my life or acting like there's something suspect about anything that I do. I am a citizen. I have an over 800 credit score. I am not a broke dick. I've earned what I've got, unlike these other people that don't earn. They're trying to hang on coattails or make up crazy stuff so that you'll watch like those tabloid magazines. And there's other YouTubers too that are out there making videos. There's one that's very, very big. And that's why I'm talking about this. And he made a video about people that did some things during the pandemic regarding taking government loans that stole the money. They took money for a business that had 20, 30 employees, 10 employees, 100 employees, and they were paid millions, hundreds of thousands of dollars to give to those employees, to give them, to keep them gainfully employed, to keep their business afloat. They got this money, and then they took that money, fired everybody, closed the doors, and pocketed the money and went and bought yachts and things like that. And there's some very big names out there. I mean, sports figures, everything you can imagine. And yes, illegal white-collar crime is committed all the time, always has been. And so to that part is true. They broke the law. They did something illegal. But millions and millions of people during the pandemic that were businesses. Here's one. An entrepreneur, an independent contractor, a little small business guy was awarded a few dollars because they told me to go home and sit down and let them flatten the curve. And for doing that and putting me out of my business, they said, here's what you would have made. Here's what you would have made during this period, and to keep you a little afloat based on your income taxes and your returns and all that you've provided us, legitimate income tax returns for the last 50 years. I've been filing income taxes for 40 to 50 years. Based on that, here's a little something to help you get by. And then, hey, here's some stimulus checks, which they gave everybody. And hey, here's some unemployment that normally independent contractors and self-employed people never get. You have to work for somebody to get that. But they said, we're going to give it to them because we put everybody out of business. We, the government, shut everything down under no fault of yours. You were out there hustling, making your money, working your prison job. And because we told you you're out, stop doing it, here's a little bit of money for you. And that money that they gave to those that took it legitimately was 100% a grant, a forgivable loan. That was your money that you would have made that they gave. It's not a loan. It's not a loan. It was a grant, a forgivable grant. Backing up now, those that said on paper, I have 50 employees and I pay them $2,000 a month, $2,000 a week, whatever it is. And the government said, okay, here's you $1 million. Here's you several $100,000. And they fired all those people or never even had those people. They falsified documents. Folks, that kind of crime has been going on forever and ever. And yes, that's illegal. But to try to take somebody that legitimately has money, that earned their money, that makes money, and spends their money on what they want to spend it on, and others want to be envious of that because they don't know how to make any money, and they have no skills, and they want to loop and put you in and make people think that you're part of this criminal force out there, like Biden family, then, they can convince a few people that are easily influenceable. Okay. But if you ever see or read things in the comments by these robots, these bots that are being created through AI, by the way, a lot of these people are using videos that are AI. That's not them. They use a man, a woman. They use a different voice. It's all very, very high tech now. I mean, I can do that. I can make my videos and probably get more subscribers, not hating on somebody, but just doing what I do and adding AI, some kind of false stuff. I can tell you, here's what AI can do if you don't know what it is. It's artificial intelligence. Writers write scripts for sitcom shows. Writers write for the president. Writers write for a lot of people. They're very talented people, and then they go out and they read that teleprompter, right? Right? A writer? And because people can't think on their own. People write songs for other people, and then people go and sing them because they can sing well. But you can tell AI, write me a speech to run for president of the United States. And AI will just start, there's an app, there's several apps. AI is all over now, everywhere. You can just say, write me a script on how to be president of the United States. What would people like to hear? And all of a sudden your phone or your computer will just start typing instantly with the best speech no human could write. And that's exactly what AI is doing. And so AI is being used for good and bad. The internet's being used for good and bad. We always knew this when it came about. It's a fantastic thing to have. We can't even live without it hardly. But it can be used for so much harm. And as people grow, Facebooks, and Twatters and Twitters and TikToks and TikToks and all these things that people are doing, and they're using it in a bad way, the government, and they're bad, are going to actually step in and start to regulate and filter what these people can do and say using this tool. I mean, because they're using it for very slanderous, salacious lies to divide people, not about just me or anything, but other people, the politicians, churches, God, everything. The evil is rampant in this world, folks. Evil is smart. Evil uses all the tools. Christian moral people, people that obey the law, that keep to themselves, that aren't mouthy, they're the silent majority. They just sit. They don't get up like these mouthy people do, like liberals and haters and terrible, terrible people that are possessed with evil in their bodies, in their minds. They don't act like that. So you don't hear about them. So you hear all this crazy, crazy stuff. It's on TV, Desperate Housewives and the media and all kinds of things that you read, podcasts. I mean, they are trying to destroy and steal every Christian from entering the heaven, because they want to convince you to do evil, to think evil, to be evil. But it is so, so easy without saying anything or doing anything to simply have Christ in your heart, know who you are, walk with your shoulders back and your head high, and know that he's got your back, because he says, all you got to do, we talked about it the other day in Crushing It for Christ, is say, Jesus, help me. And when he hears that, he says, then you can just relax and focus on him, and he takes over. He fights your battles for you. And I learned this lesson a long time ago. And when I became a YouTuber, and you get attacked, every YouTuber does, from what they call trolls and haters. And for whatever reason, a lot of them like to pick on certain people, me being one, and a lot of other YouTubers as well. It's not a pity party here. I know there's plenty of them, much bigger bigger YouTubers than me. And then look at Donald Trump. I mean, all these trumped up charges they put on this guy. Every day of the week, this guy was crucified more than anybody. And he wins the election a second time after being convicted by trumped up charges and lied about and crucified, and had a fraction of the money for campaign contributions as the left did. And look what he did. He's sitting in the White House come January 20th again, and wins by a landslide. And now people are wearing their MAGA hats, their shirts. The people are talking about Donald Trump. They're not afraid anymore. And that's what good people do. They keep things to themselves. They don't get online and write nasty comments. They don't like you. They're just like, get away from me. Like Jesus did. Turn the other cheek. You go that way. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't do negativity. I don't do evil. They don't sit there and want to fight you, and try to tear you down and slander you and all this kind of stuff. And so I'm just saying that this morning because actually yesterday I was informed by a good friend that, I read something in the comments there that are just these bots about, hey, he's on some list. I ain't on no list and I ain't going nowhere. All I'm going to do is keep crushing it.